The War of the Triple Alliance, a conflict so devastating, so brutal, it left an indelible scar on the face of South America. From 1864 to 1870, the continent was consumed by war. Paraguay, a nation brimming with ambition, found itself pitted against the combined might of Argentina, Brazil, and Uruguay. This wasn't just a border dispute, it was a struggle for dominance, a clash of ideologies, and a tragedy of epic proportions. The war's origins were complex. A tangled web of political maneuvering, economic rivalries, and personal ambitions set the stage for conflict. At the heart of it all was Francisco Solano Lopez, Paraguay's enigmatic and ambitious president. Driven by a desire to elevate his nation to greatness, Lopez would lead his people down a path of destruction. The War of the Triple Alliance was a war unlike any other. It was a war of attrition where entire populations were mobilized. It was a war of unimaginable brutality, where prisoners were often executed and civilians became targets. It was a war that would reshape the destiny of a continent. The seeds of war were sown long before the first shots were fired. The Platter Basin, a region encompassing parts of modern-day Argentina, Brazil, Paraguay, and Uruguay, was a tinderbox of political and economic tensions. Control of the vital waterways of the Rio de la Plata and the Parana River was paramount. These rivers were the lifeblood of the region, providing access to the Atlantic Ocean and the markets of Europe. Paraguay, under the rule of Carlos Antonio Lopez, Francisco Solano Lopez's father, had embarked on an ambitious program of modernization. The elder Lopez sought to strengthen Paraguay's economy and military, making it a regional power to be reckoned with. However, this newfound strength was viewed with suspicion by Paraguay's neighbors. Argentina, still reeling from years of internal conflict, saw Paraguay's growing power as a threat. Brazil, the regional giant, was also wary of Paraguay's ambitions. Uruguay, caught between its larger neighbors, became a pawn in their power struggles. The political landscape of the Platter Basin was fraught with suspicion, rivalry, and a growing sense of unease. Francisco Solano Lopez inherited his father's vision of a strong and prosperous Paraguay. However, he also inherited a volatile and complex geopolitical situation. Lopez, a shrewd politician and a skilled military strategist, believed that Paraguay's destiny lay in asserting its dominance in the region. Fueled by a potent mix of ambition and paranoia, Lopez overestimated Paraguay's strength and underestimated the resolve of his enemies. He believed that Paraguay could emerge victorious from a conflict with its larger neighbors. He saw war as a means to an end, a way to secure Paraguay's place in the sun. Lopez's actions were often impulsive and reckless. He meddled in the internal affairs of Uruguay, supporting a faction vying for control of the government. He made territorial demands on Argentina and Brazil, further escalating tensions. Lopez's miscalculations and his unwavering belief in Paraguay's destiny would have catastrophic consequences. Section 4. The Triple Alliance forged, a pact of convenience and necessity. The outbreak of war was only a matter of time. In December 1864, Paraguayan forces seized a Brazilian ship on the Parana River. This act of aggression proved to be the spark that ignited the conflagration. Argentina, Brazil, and Uruguay, united by their shared distrust of Lopez and their fear of Paraguayan expansionism, formed the Triple Alliance. The Treaty of the Triple Alliance, signed in May 1865, committed the three nations to waging war against Paraguay until Lopez's regime was overthrown. The treaty was a testament to the depth of their animosity towards Lopez and the lengths to which they were willing to go to ensure his defeat. The stage was set for one of the bloodiest conflicts in Latin American history. Section 5. The Tide of War, Early Clashes, and Shifting Fortunes. The early months of the war saw a series of Paraguayan victories. Paraguayan troops, well-trained and highly motivated, scored early successes against Brazilian and Argentine forces. The battles of Riachuelo and Corrales demonstrated the fighting prowess of the Paraguayan army and the strategic acumen of their commanders. However, the tide began to turn as the Triple Alliance mobilized its vast resources. The combined armies of Argentina, Brazil, and Uruguay outnumbered the Paraguayans by a significant margin. The Allies also possessed superior naval power, giving them control of the rivers that were crucial for supplying their armies and blockading Paraguay. Despite their early successes, the Paraguayans faced an uphill battle. They were outnumbered, outgunned, and increasingly isolated. Yet they fought on with tenacity and determination, fueled by Lopez's unwavering belief in their cause.